heckin', it's time. I'm going to swap around my audio capture here. And away we go. Friends, esteemed colleagues, inmates, welcome back to Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where everything's made up and the points don't matter. I will be your host, Balding Drew Carey. And we do not have Sharky tonight. I, however, have cheesecake, so all is well. Introduce the cast to you, if you don't know them. Firstly, voted most likely in high school to be in high school, it's Oni Hart.
Nice. It's been a long time since I've been in high school, man.
You can't argue with the logic, though.
You say that, but I'm older than you.
By a year.
Listen, dog. I'm in my 30s, so a year may as well be a decade.
Sounds like a you problem.
You know,
what was that? Creaky joints? I couldn't hear you over the sound of your back spasming.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'm slowly continuing to play some horror games. I think the next thing I'm playing is Tormented Souls again. That game is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Definitely decent if you like classic survival horror games. Definitely gives those vibes. And I'd got a lot of work done on the model's rigging. I did everything on one eye.
Good job.
I'm so
Took
proud.
me all of like 4 hours.
Got anything else to plug?
There's a bunch of Saga games on Steam now. I didn't realize it till like a few days ago. Go buy them.
They're pretty good. Ugh. Much like cardiac arrest is a part of the Phillies viewing experience, please do not leave your pets, animals, or electronics unattended around Lania.
Hi. I encourage you to leave your electronics in.
Do not leave your electronics.
I feel like it's a good decision for you to make. Hi, I am Lonnie Ikea. I will be playing Yakuza Like a Dragon whenever I get out from under the articles I have to write. I'm writing about Moonstone Island, which is really cool.
It's a really
That's
good
a game that you should check out. Yeah, that's me. I'm a rabbit.
Not rabbit, Banui.
I'm a rabbit with a rabbit.
I mean, to be fair, those are really neat toys, straight up.
They really are. They're incredibly nice.
Speaking of incredibly nice, it's Shy.
Hi, I am Shy.
Double play out of the game.
Play video games, or at least I supposedly play games. I'm hoping to at least get anything this week. Don't know if it's going to be 14, don't know if it's going to be Stardew, but yeah, I'm actually going to play something. And as always, you can catch me with Lon when she goes live.
Will it be Fear the Spotlight, which I'm going to try to stream this month? Cause spooky month.
It is indeed terrifying and spooky.
Yeah.
Last but not least, it's everyone's favorite grumpy old man, Chris Rees.
Wait, Sharky isn't here. What do you mean?
He's not here. That title
Yeah,
now
I
falls to
was-
you.
Oh, I see. I'm supposed to
No.
take his place.
No, the Sharky is still our favorite grumpy old man. Chrissy has to be our favorite grumpy cat.
That's true. I do have grumpy cat energy. Hi, my name's Chris Rees. I lead the Rare Group Blitz in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not doing too much else right now except for Starfield, which Lania didn't mention this time, so now I have to mention Starfield.
I did not mention Starfield this time, and people should be proud of me for that. I had restraint.
I did not. But yeah, work sucks. I'm exhausted.
I know.
Ah ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm 26 and not yet desperate enough to hook a car battery up to my sounding rod and digivolve.
Slap my titties and fuck me with a shovel!
But yeah, Sharky is not here tonight. But y'all know me, I'm Kios, and the mood for tonight's stream, and anytime the Phillies enter the ninth inning, is this. But let's get it in. Once we left off, we were headed towards the tail end of this wonderful game. We'll give you the rundown of the usual links. Join us in the Discord. Check out the YouTube if you want to catch up on this incredibly long saga. Check out my wife's bone jewelry. And if you want to support the stream, check out the Throne wish list. Carrying on. Let's continue. What are we finding funny this time?
Checking out your wife's bone jewelry.
Yeah, she's got nice bones.
Any more penis bones?
Bubba, you got any more raccoon penis bones for sale?
I imagine those sell, like, very well.
Yeah. Especially because Kelby is around. Get some rest, Dad. I mean, you can hit her up and she can make them. Not like the raccoon penis bones, but like jewelry pieces. You don't think raccoon penis bones are a thing? Well, that's where you're wrong. Are we all just sitting in shocked silence?
The baculum.
I was
bone.
waiting.
Yeah, no,
What?
that's what Shelby said.
The
The
baculum bones
baculum. Hey,
are the
Oni.
bones located
Yeah.
above the urethra in many placental male species.
Do you have a baculum?
Can only be the man who stands accused in this courtroom today, Brock von Zeeks.
Okay,
That's
but
a
what if
Dracula
what if
household.
what if Scott Bakula had a
A
oraculum?
baculum?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is found in great apes, chimpanzees, marmosets, raccoons, and many other
Why?
creatures, but are not
Why?
present in humans, horses, elephants, and certain other mammals.
Who?
I'm trying to remember if Scott Bakula. Oh wait, he played fucking King in NCIS New Orleans. Yeah, he's a pretty alright.
Okay, so what's its purpose, Lon? Is it just reinforcement or
Well, see, now I've got to learn more about penis bones.
I'm sure you know quite enough.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, besides, we need to have Oni have a conversation with himself.
Yeah.
Objection!
While Oni is talking to himself, I will be learning about penis bones.
Are you a visual learner? I'm sorry. Before Oni's gonna fucking
Christ.
lose it.
I'm going to bust a blood vessel.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say bust a nut, because I mean that would really like filter into the conversation well. All right, carry on, Hyman Buster. Chalk one up as a victory for me.
The word baculum means stick or staff in Latin.
Kazuma Asogi. What? What you've just told the court. Are you absolutely certain of the facts? Did Gregson really fabricate evidence that trial 10 years ago? I heard it with my own ears. His shameful admission. In that case, I know. The name of the Reaper.
Dun dun.
What?
Lord Van Zeeks?
I gave no such orders. I know that for certain. Which narrows down the remaining possibilities to one.
If Lord Van Zeeks isn't the one behind all this, then yeah, there's only one other person who could do something like that. I believe I know who it is too.
You?
I just had a feeling this name was gonna come up. The true identity of the infamous Reaper of the Bailey is...
Susato.
Wow, it's actually Iris. Just popped out of the womb and just straight stabbing.
Can you blame her?
I mean,
Good
to
for
be
a
fair,
lot.
she does, have pink hair, so she's one of them pink hair pronoun types, obviously. It's not Iris, Dan.
It was definitely gossip.
Yeah. Not this dickhead. The only person who could have arranged the assassin exchange and manipulated the autopsy results would be the guy running the whole damn show. Is the Lord Chief Justice himself, Lord Mail Strongfart.
What? Lord Strongheart?
Yeah, it's true that 10 years ago the defendant handled the prosecution of the professor in court. But he only took over the case after his brother Lord Clint Von Zeeks had been killed. All right, Shy.
I can only assume that this is the most inappropriate joke in British judicial history.
Wait, the
Bold
British have...
strategy, Cotton. Accuse the judge of being the killer.
Wait, did the British have humor back then?
Do the British have humor now?
I mean, like, Monty Python was a thing.
Yeah,
Tech-
but was is the operative word.
Well, I mean, like, Trailer Park Boys is a thing. That's Canadian, which is also kind of British.
Canadian is basically British.
Yeah,
They put the Queen on their money.
they do. And it's plastic.
That's very British.
Well, Lord Van Zeeks?
10 years ago, I was very new to my profession. But I had a burning desire to avenge my brother's death, so I pleaded for control of the case. The investigation to that point, the supplication of the lords to allow my brother's corpse to be examined. All the evidence I was given, the autopsy reports, it all came from you.
Well done.
Well done.
I've spent my life since then believing I was in your debt for the way you stood aside me and let me handle the trial. But I see now. I was very much mistaken.
It was a hugely influential force that caused the inspector and the coroner to break the law 10 years ago. And that same force was still felt a decade later on the other side of the world by Seishiro Jigoku. Lord Strongfart, everything falls into place when we recognize that you are the Reaper of the Bailey. Yes. Lon. Is it required to be a raccoon bacula, or would you be interested in another animal penis bone?
Really, any bacula will do.
How's a badger?
Scott bacula will do.
You want to put Scott Bakula on a necklace? Dope.
Yes.
Oni, do you want a Jeff Goldschwanz bloom?
No.
You don't? What do you mean no? I'm trying to be charitable here, my guy.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
How about a Scott Bakula pendant?
No. The court awaits your response, my lord.
Do you think people with feet fetish have a problem finishing this case?
Look, I don't have a foot fetish, but I saw the lady who plays Van Zeeks do that, and I gotta say.
I mean, to be fair, I would clean her boots too.
This may very well go down in British judicial history, but I assure you, it is no joke. Consider this a formal accusal by the defense.
It doesn't warrant a response. A formal accusal? Don't be absurd. The defense's claims are utter nonsense, a wild fantasy at best.
You're not gonna defend yourself?
You claim there was some wrongdoing with Lord Clint von Zeke's autopsy? That's utterly untrue.
Objection!
Ooh.
But I heard it from Gregson's own lips. He admitted to it.
And where is your evidence? Put up or shut up.
What?
You heard me.
Since when does the prosecution need evidence?
Yeah, right?
Gregson's dead now, unless you were thinking of summoning a ghost to the stand.
Well, we could get Madam, what's her, the goth witch.
Tusples.
Yeah, Tusples. Witchy mommy.
You mean to say?
I forget how the system works in your little backwater country,
Oh.
Damn,
but
bro.
in the courts of the British Empire, without evidence, there is no case.
Content warning, British.
That's racist. Or is
That's
it colonialist?
I have no intention of entertaining some wild fantasy that can't possibly be substantiated by anyone or anything. Order! Order in court! Follow Following Inspector Gregson's murder and in the light of Dr. Wilson's death as well, there's really no one left who could testify about the events of 10 years ago, is there?
False.
So that was the real purpose of the assassin exchange.
This court has no business raking over the coals of a case that was concluded a decade ago. The accusal brought by the prosecution and the defense is categorically denied. Eat shit. I take it there are no objections.
Kazuma. He's more or less waited his whole life for this moment. Was there really nothing else we can do now? Is there no other avenue we can go down in pursuit of the truth about what happened all these years ago? If only there was someone who could testify about Clint Von Zeke's autopsy. Oh, but there is. He's gone to extraordinary lengths to cover his tracks. Even so far as dispatching an assassin all the way to Japan to ensure Dr. Wilson's silence. And Dr. Scythe won't say anything against Strongheart either. But there's still one ray of hope.
Objection!
Oh, it's time to get bodied. Actually, there's one person.
You son of a bitch.
Actually, there's one person who can testify.
Don't be
Excellent.
ridiculous. There's no one left.
Who? Ryunosuke. Who? Tell me!
What are you, a fucking owl?
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
Kazuma,
Please! This trial can't end! Not yet!
Omi out here straight begging. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for the truth. Listen, can you just make out already? It's like weird. The person the defense would like to call to the stand to testify about the autopsy of Lord Clint Von Zeeks is...
Take that!
Yujin Mikatoba.
Heaven help us. Another Japanese?
Oh, calm down.
Content warning British.
Yes, an expert in forensic medicine, my lord. Professor Yujin Mikatoba. 16 years ago, he came to London with Seishiro Jigoku and Genshin Asogi as a visiting student.
And what could his testimony possibly tell us?
Well, Professor Mikatoba was the primary assistant during the autopsy in question. He was also the person who actually penned the report.
Yeah, how'd you miss that when you were killing everybody?
Incorrect. The autopsy was carried out by the coroner, Dr. Wilson. The report carries his signature.
It was the primary assistant's duty to keep a written record of the coroner's work during the procedure. In actual fact, the coroner merely read over the report at the end and signed it.
Damn, bro. In other words, Professor Mikatoba witnessed the entire autopsy from start to finish. The defense demands that Professor Mikatoba be summoned as a witness as a matter of urgency. Whatever really happened in that autopsy laboratory 10 years ago is something only he can tell us.
The defense's demand is denied.
Pussy. What?
But Professor Mikatoba is in London at this very moment. We could summon him to the stand in minutes.
No, of course he's not going to agree to it. Strongheart has no intention of summoning anyone he knows. He's too concerned about protecting himself.
Prosecutor Asogi, let me refresh your memory, as you seem to have forgotten the prosecution's stance. Only minutes ago, you accused the defendants of being the Reaper and of masterminding the assassin exchange.
I did, yes.
So present your evidence for those claims and make your case complete.
I
Gotta poop.
At this time, I don't have any requisite evidence. But that's exactly where we need this witness testimony.
The professor case is closed. There are no clues in the distant past that will bolster your argument today. I'm afraid to say, Prosecutor Isogi, that you would appear to be possessed by the spirit of your late homicidal father.
Oh, wow.
Jesus fuck!
What?
Damn,
The
he's
fuck did
racist.
you say, motherfucker?
Ow!
Why don't we just beat this dude up?
Can
Because
we?
this is
Sure.
because this is not Philly and there is not a Wawa near.
Come,
Oh, you
whatever.
better believe this would be Philly. Let me at him. I'll flip that bitch.
Now, as I stated earlier, this court has already reached a conclusion with respect to the matter at hand. Inspector Gregson was murdered by Japanese Supreme Court Judge Seishiro Jigoku, who I am completely throwing under the bus.
Lord Chief Justice, is your middle name Haywood?
I am unsure, but I would
Is
imagine
his last name Jablomi?
It would be.
Well, I see that you are older than I am, so I don't get the reference. But as for any hidden circumstances that may exist, they will be investigated in due course by the proper authorities.
What, you mean the ones that you had killed earlier?
Objection.
But we all know what will happen. That'll just give the mastermind of the whole venture time to cover his tracks again. And by mastermind, I mean you.
By which you mean me?
Yes!
Your punishment for this contemptible behavior will be decided at a later date. As for you, Prosecutor Isogi, you will be remanded following these proceedings. Willingly, I trust, since you gave your word.
This dude sucks.
I don't believe me is actually a legal argument, but I'm gonna let it go.
That's cool username.
This futile game of revenge is over, young Master Isogi.
Bro, are you crying right now? Apparently, yes.
That will be all. I hereby declare this trial to be over. Court is...
Who could it be? Oh no.
That was not the answer you were hoping for.
We're fucked. Mr. Sholmes, no! No!
This is no place for amateur detection, Mr. Sholmes. May I remind you that these proceedings are closed to the general public? You will leave the courtroom at once.
Objection.
Mr. Sholmes was instrumental in the apprehension of Seishiro Jigoku before he fled from Europe. The court should hear what he has to say. I'm grasping at straws.
Lord Mayo Strongheart, it's imperative that you refrain from bringing this trial to an end at this stage.
Is it really? And why would that be?
You need only recall your own words from the opening of this trial to answer that question, if I may. We will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Surely it can't be. That the shock of being accused of being the Reaper yourself has erased that from your memory, can it?
The whole truth, sir, has already been uncovered, and I'm in charge. The truth doesn't apply to me.
Alright, Commander in Cheeto.
It would seem that we have a great many important members of the judiciary present here today. I put it to you, my dear fellows. Should the trial end at this juncture? After all, why have you been invited to attend? To nod along to the provocations of your superiors?
Order! Order in court!
It seems to me that we stand before a door that leads to a new era of legal practices. A door that is ajar.
Is it
Let
a
us
door
emerge from
or
the
a
shadows
jar?
of the Reaper's decade-long ascendancy.
Very good.
Thank you.
For you and you alone, my dear fellows, have the power to push this door open now.
The auditors in the gallery have no rights to express an opinion in court proceedings. Silence! I alone can fix this.
What's... Oh, damn. They on board.
That's right. We need to clear this up. Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
My lord, you assume those present that rabble. Vindicate yourself. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
A toast to my dependable colleagues in the gallery.
Testify. Testify.
Well, my lord, you hear the voice of British justice, I take it? I think you'll find it will be rather awkward to silence.
The court will recess briefly. I have no intention of shrinking from these allegations. Bailiff, arrange for the subpoena of the witness at once. As soon as the gentleman arrives at the courthouse, we shall reconvene.
A recess won't be necessary, my lord.
Pardon?
Mikotoba is a close friend of mine. He accompanied me today and is waiting in the antechamber as we speak.
Damn.
I do believe he's been enjoying a little trip down memory lane, in fact. What? Professor Mikotoba is here in the courthouse?
Mr. Sholmes, you... didn't know this would happen, did you?
My dear fellow, no one is in a better position to answer that question than you, surely.
I wasn't just asking for the fun of it, you know?
thank you for your assistance in this matter, Mr. Scholes. However, I sentence you to a lifetime of eating English food. You are of no further use here. Kindly leave the courtroom at once.
But of course, in truth, I find myself rather busy now as a result of these developments. Mr. Naruhodo,
Yo. Yeah?
I trust you have Iris's little lucky charm with you.
Yeah, it's still in my pocket.
She sends her regards, and a reminder. If you find yourself at a dead end, the ears are at your disposal. Just one tug, if you please.
If I tug it more than that, am I just playing with myself?
Damn it.
Oh, of course.
In that case, the trial will continue without delay. Bailiff, show the witness to the stand.
Good news, Oni. Hot girl summer is over, and it's time to welcome small penis fall.
What?
You heard him.
So, it's Lord Strongfart. He's the Reaper of the Bailey. Where exactly is this trial going to take me, I wonder? Just how deep am I about to be plunged into the blackness of the abyss? Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to head into the heart of this maelstrom and confront whatever horrors it tries to drown me under. Dun 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 dun.
Damn, this shit about to take like another whole ass episode.
Oh, more than that. Oh, look! All the people are here.
So, witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Yujin Mikotoba, lecturer in forensic medicine at the Imperial Yume University in Tokyo, Japan.
Hey, oh damn, she's simping? She about to jump this man's bones on the witness stand?
But he doesn't have a bone there.
True, no bacula.
Fun facts about the bacula. It is used in bats to prevent squishing of the urethra, but in most animals is thought to be part of copulation evolution.
That makes sense. Why do ducks have corkscrew penises?
God damn it, now I have to look this up.
And Professor McDoba, the young lady beside you is...
This is Dr. Maria Gorey, Scotland Yard's practicing coroner. The daughter of Dr. Scythe, I understand.
Yeah, Dr. Scythe.
I'm afraid I can't tell you why she's here. She just appeared.
She gonna extricate this dude's soul from his nutsack.
What the fuck?
What, you never come so hard your fucking hair goes straight and your fucking fingernails pop off?
Do you want me to
No.
reprise? Do you want me to reprise her, or
I mean, yeah?
Sure.
You summoned this strange Japanese man as a witness to that autopsy. But you don't summon Mama. That makes no sense. She was there too.
I was, yes. That's about the size of it. I've had her eyes boring into the side of my cheek constantly, whilst I was in the antechamber too.
I think she's gonna bore more than just your cheeks, homie. Good luck. Poor man. The idea of it's making me shudder.
Revelations about Dr. Scythe that came to light some days ago defiled the reputation of the entire judiciary. She was therefore deemed unfit to appear as a witness in today's proceedings. The Ministry of Justice's decision on that is final.
Well, we wouldn't want any more perjury to be committed, would we?
Damn, that's cold.
Goddamn, you pissed her off.
The Ministry of Justice? Some questionable strings are being pulled, I think.
I remember you, Dr. Mikotoba. But I certainly never expected to be meeting you under these circumstances.
Yes, it's been a long while, you serial killing fuck.
The prosecution understands that you were a visiting student of forensic science in London until 10 years ago.
That's right. I studied under Dr. Wilson at St. Sinners.
So you were present at the autopsy of my brother, Lord Clint Van Zeeks.
I was, yes. I assisted Dr. Wilson with the entire procedure.
Mama is far more skilled than any Japanese man.
That's racist, creepy little girl. Well, Dr. Wilson asked me to be his primary assistant on that occasion.
And this autopsy report was actually penned by you, I believe?
Yes. I noted all the doctor's findings, and when we were done, he read through the document and signed it.
Fabulous.
Poor
Kai?
Mama. As secondary assistant, she wouldn't have had such a good view of all the innards.
So, Professor, do you remember Inspector Gregson?
Yes, of course. If it wasn't for his insistence, Lord Van Zeek's autopsy would never have happened. But he was absolutely convinced that it would reveal decisive evidence against Genshin, you see. So, Lord Strongford had to entreat the nobility to allow it to take place. Do correct me if I'm wrong, my lord.
Damn.
It was as a result of that autopsy that a mass murderer was apprehended and justice was done.
But Gregson admitted it before he was killed. He admitted that the result of the autopsy were fabricated. You were there at the time, so you must tell us. So you must testify.
Now testify!
You have an obligation to tell the truth about what really went on.
Absolutely. That's precisely why I'm here. The truth is, the reason ducks have corkscrew penises is because ducks also have corkscrew vaginas. I am not making that up.
That's the truth.
And that's why I'm here too.
You know, you would strike me as a duck
Because
vagina
she
collector.
also has a corkscrew vagina.
You know she onto some freaky shit anyway. She'd be doing the helicopter and shit.
Look, I don't care what freaky shit she's into.
You can't fix her, but you'd sure as hell let her make you worse.
Exactly!
It's all starting to make sense now.
You know my type. My type is disasters.
Unhinged, mentally unstable, mildly stabby,
Yes.
preferably bitey.
Mm.
Kind. Yeah, they just are a red flag.
Red's my favorite color.
Anywho, it's just literally 3 raccoons with fucking rabies in a trench coat. Oni, you like bad bitches?
Shy?
No,
and that's why
man.
I'm here too.
Nah, you like a good like Catholic schoolgirl.
Nah, man.
Oh no, I was accusing Shy of being 3 raccoons in a trench coat.
That also tracks.
Shy is 3 raccoons in a trench coat.
Oni's 4. He's tall.
I'm not
Very
tall.
well then. You will give your formal testimony now, witness. But before you begin, a word of warning.
Oh, this man's salty as fuck.
Oh? What, you're going to kill me?
You will state truthfully and accurately what you saw and what you heard at the time.
I wouldn't dream of doing otherwise, my lord.
The moment your testimony verges on supposition, I would expel you from my courtroom. Remember that.
You're going to murder me. From my own observations, I couldn't say there was any indication of the autopsy results having been fabricated. Death resulted from a wound made by a Western-style sword, transfixing the heart. That I found a little strange.
There were no other signs of internal injury. Nothing questionable at all. It was just that beautiful but dangerous piece of evidence removed from the man's stomach.
I'm sorry, come again?
It was just that beautiful but dangerous piece of evidence removed from the man's stomach.
Oh, just a piece of evidence removed from his stomach. I'm sure that had nothing to do with anything.
Just the bomb. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just a bomb.
Presumed to have been swallowed by the victim as a way of
Posthumously.
identifying his assailant.
Posthumously.
He means dead, Jim. He means dead. He's dead, Jim.
No indication. Nothing to suggest some fabrication?
Professor Mikatoba? You for real right now?
Well, nothing that I could positively identify as such, much less swear to in testimony. I do want to add the judge's evil maniacal laughter to the court record, however.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
that clears things up nicely. The only fabrication here, Asogi, has come from you.
Why is this guy so salty?
Nuh-uh.
Hit him with classic nuh-uh. Good legal
You
defense.
claim the inspector confessed just before his death, but that is the fabrication.
No, he said it.
Really? With the tip of a sword at his throat, the man was clearly at his wit's end.
Shut up.
The court will give no credence to this confession that was uttered in obvious desperation. Quite simply, there was nothing questionable about the investigation of Lord Clint von Zeke's death. And with this testimony we have, without question, uncovered the whole truth of the matter.
If I may, my lord. There was most certainly something questionable about it, and the whole truth does rather elude us, I feel.
Oh, damn, we backdooring him?
I beg your pardon.
Well, you're obviously aware of the facts of the case. All 4 of the professor's previous victims died when an enormous beast was set upon them that ripped out their throats.
Is the Hound of the Baskervilles reference again?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Oh, such horrifying crimes.
I wish that were me, for real, for real.
Getting your throat ripped out by
Sure.
a giant beast? But, curiously, the killer's last victim, Lord Clint Van Zeeks, suffered a different fate.
Yeah, you're right.
He was stabbed through the heart with a sword.
It had beautiful evidence in his stomach.
That's enough. I believe I warned you about this, witness. I promised to curtail your testimony as soon as it entered the realms of supposition or speculation.
I mean, it's neither of those, to be honest. Very well, my lord. In that case, the defense will pursue a conclusion to this during the cross-examination.
What?
I didn't stutter. I have the right to cross-examine every witness after testimony. And I fully intend to exercise that right. And the left, too.
Risky.
I'm afraid that even the presiding judge has no authority to contravene the letter of the law.
Damn, that's cold.
I'm sure every member of the judiciary present in the gallery would agree.
Here, hold on. I got it.
Is it air horn?
Nah. I was mad.
Is it pants crab?
Pants crab.
I was mad. Ugh.
Very well. You may begin, counsel. However, the moment your argument strays from the established fact, I will not hesitate to bring the cross-examination to an end. Proceed with caution.
Sure, whatever. Dick breath.
He who spoke it, felt it.
The autopsy of Clint Van Zeeks. From my own observations, I couldn't say there was any indication of the autopsy results having been fabricated.
That would be speculation.
Death resulted from a wound made by a Western-style sword, transfixing the heart. That I found a little strange.
Supposition.
other signs of internal injury. Nothing questionable at all.
That's opinion.
It was just that beautiful but dangerous piece of evidence removed from the man's stomach.
Tell me
Hearsay.
more. Well, what exactly was it, though? What does beautiful but dangerous mean? Like me?
No, more like her.
True.
Hey.
It was sparkly and round with a hole, as if it might slip over a finger, perhaps.
Okay, is it still me or is it her?
Mhm.
Mmm.
Hmm.
Mmm.
It was a ring belonging to Genshin Asogi.
You know, you really ruined it, Mikitoba.
I'm sorry, I am here to cockblock.
My father's ring was inside the victim's stomach?
At the time, Genshin wore a large ring on the digits, on the
The digitus
digitus
coitus?
quotis of his left hand, the fourth or ring finger. I'd understood it was some sort of keepsake.
When my father left Japan for London 16 years ago, I was 8 years old. But I remember that ring.
You do?
My father's possessions were sent to our family home in Japan after his death, but the ring wasn't among them.
Obviously not. It was a key piece of evidence. It remains under lock and key in the stores at Scotland Yard to this day, until I can sell it for fish and chips.
After the autopsy, Genshin was summoned by the police to check for the presence of his ring. It wasn't on his hand, of course. Moreover, there were deep abrasions on his finger where it had been pulled off. They arrested the man there and then, right before my eyes.
How could they?
I brought the ring along with me today.
What?
Here it is, a bit dusty from years in the stores.
He looks incredibly concerned.
I mean, wouldn't you be?
That thing looks sharp as
Look at her!
fuck.
How is she giving the ring with knives in both of her hands?
I don't
assume
think
the
you
ring
want
is
that
on
answer.
one of the knives.
Maybe she's got a bacula.
I swear
You
to
know?
God.
You know?
Now, that's what I call a ring stand. More like a cock ring stand. Do you get it, Oni? Do you get it? It's so funny,
Why?
bro.
Why today?
How
Why?
are you not used to this by now? You've been doing this for years.
It's not about me being used to it or not. It's just why.
Because it's funny.
Good gracious, yes, that's it. I haven't seen it in 10 long years.
And that was found inside the victim's stomach?
Yes, it's pretty gross. Yes, I'm afraid so.
You hesitated there, Professor Mikitoba. Should we read something into that?
Well, it's just that thinking back now, I didn't actually witness the moment it was extracted from the victim's body.
Hmm.
Oh my, really?
At that precise moment, Dr. Wilson had asked me to fetch him a new scalpel, you see.
Dr. Gory. The removal of historic evidence from the stores requires my consent, does it not?
Good answer.
However it came to be here, the court cannot deny that this is crucial evidence for today's proceedings.
Very well, you may submit it.
Mr. Asoki's ring has been entered into the court record.
It's not the sort of ring normally seen in Japan. They almost look like claws protecting that jewel.
You must examine it very carefully, Mr. Naruhodo. Very carefully indeed.
Presumed to have been swallowed by the victim is a way of fuck it. That word identifying his assailant.
That's everything, is it?
Poor father, he looks so troubled.
Ah! Perhaps because 10 years ago something happened that's been weighing on his mind.
Oh,
I couldn't say, were his words. That phrasing is very deliberate, I'm sure.
wonder if he's had suspicions all these years.
Probably. If that's the case, we need to use this cross-examination to prove what really happened. And remove any trace of doubt.
We could establish that Kazuma-sama's claim of fabricated evidence was true.
Well, we can't shy away from this now. Even if what we might uncover could lead to, well, total calamity, really.
Don't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. I'll be right beside you, ready to flip.
Excellent, I need a meat shield.
From my own observations, I couldn't say there was any indication of the autopsy results having been fabricated. Death resulted from a wound made by a Western-style sword transfixing the heart. That I found a little strange.
There were no other signs of internal injury. Nothing questionable at all.
Okay, but what about this giant ring in this dude's stomach that's full of all these sharp edges?
Objection.
The court has heard that the ring was extracted from the victim's stomach, but you didn't actually see it being removed, did you, Professor Mikotoba?
That's right. As I said in my testimony before, at that moment, I was fetching a replacement scalpel that Dr. Wilson had requested.
In other words, you can neither confirm nor deny whether this ring, in fact, really came from the victim's stomach or not.
What are you suggesting, counsel?
Well, that the ring was never in the victim's stomach to begin with. It's entirely feasible that Dr. Wilson fabricated that detail about the autopsy.
What are you saying? That Dr. Wilson?
That Dr. Wilson was in possession of the ring in advance, after it was somehow stolen from Mr. Asogi. And he produced it during the procedure, pretending to have found it there, and then, in the victim's stomach.
Objection.
Supposition at best. What possible evidence do you have to support such a rash claim?
Do you want to go to fucking jail or not? Then shut the fuck up! This evidence, right here. Very wary.
That's the autopsy report.
It's explicit in that report, counsel. Other than the ring, nothing unusual is noted internally. So I'm not sure how you intend to prove your point.
You've already done it for me, my lord. The lack of internal injury says it all.
What?
To swallow a ring of this size would require considerable effort and determination. Much like something else, you know what I mean, Barry?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey.
And in addition to its
Hey,
size, there are sharp claws around the gemstone to contend with too. Kind of like tentacles.
My brother was a determined man, and on the brink of death, even more so, I'm sure.
So you're saying he, very talented and determined? That's hot. Anyway,
He would have stopped at nothing to ensure that evil killer was brought to justice.
but if he really swallowed that enormous ring, it's inconceivable that no traces of its passage down his throat would have remained as internal trauma.
No!
Ellipses. And there you've arrived at the sticking point. That's precisely why I had my doubts about the findings myself 10 years ago.
Why didn't you say something at the time?
I did. I still remember the conversation I had with Dr. Wilson in the laboratory that day. Cue flashback. Chris?
Dun dun dun.
Look at this. Now this is a very curious thing to find in a man's stomach, wouldn't you say?
But isn't that rather peculiar, Dr. Wilson?
What's that now, Mikitobo?
Well, if he swallowed a ring of that size with those sharp metal claws that it has, surely you'd expect to see some damage to the throat and esophagus. Torn mucous membranes at the very least.
You know, blood and spittle all over it.
Dr. Mikitoba, may I remind you that I have vastly more experience than you in being bribed.
Dr. Wilson, may I remind you that you're a dick. I mean, I'm terribly sorry that you're going to be killed in 10 years.
I can think of plenty of ways to explain why no injuries would be seen. No, let's say this. The victim would appear to have... Yeah?
Yes, we'll say exactly that.
Wait, hold up. Here we go.
No, let's say this. The victim would appear to have ingested the item as evidence to identify his assailant. Go ahead, write it down.
So I was right. Dr. Wilson deliberately fabricated the results of the autopsy to implicate my father.
I'm disappointed, Counsel. That argument is nothing more than speculation.
What?
Dr. Wilson was Britain's leading authority on forensic science and autopsy work. There's no scientific basis on which to doubt the man's expert opinion.
The interruption, my lord, but Damage to the mucous membranes of the throat is easily identified even in living subjects.
He's a dead bacula. Mm-hmm. Jai.
Using a device called an endoscope, recently demonstrated in practical use in France. I want one. The government can pay. I don't think so. And Dr. Gory. Rest assured that your removal of evidence from the stores without permission will not go unpunished. We open up the dead to find the truth.
Ah!
I beg your pardon.
That was goth as fuck, little girl.
But Mama, she chose to stitch her corpses up, with all her secrets inside. That's wrong.
Dr. Gory! It's looking as though she's chosen to walk a different path to her mama.
Oh no, the chussy's out.
Will I ever finish a single glass? What about the ring? I just remembered something. An earlier incident.
A racing incident?
The one I recounted to you before. About a memory I have. Of Genshin Isogi saving my life. What? My father saved your life?
It sounds like Genshin had quite the impact.
It was 10 years ago, on a foggy night. Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. All of a sudden,
Don't make a peep, see? You're coming with us.
all of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves.
Bang! I got you.
The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled street. Blood was seeping from his left hand. He'd shielded me. It was on the ring finger of his left hand that he used to wear that ring.
Are you saying?
I've always believed those thugs were after me. But now, I'm starting to question if perhaps I wasn't the intended target after all. Wait, but... Genshin was arrested 2 days after that attack. And in that short interval, he deceived. The decisive evidence needed to indict him was miraculously found.
You mean the ring was stolen from him? You think that's what those thugs were after that night?
Objection!
You pathetic coward. You expect me to believe that you weren't involved? What do you mean by that?
What does that mean?
That boy needs therapy.
It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who took it. You stole my father's ring. You set the whole thing up so you could paint him as a...
Bruh, chill. Open your eyes, bro. Listen, you ever smelled DMT?
Ryunosuke.
Yeah, bro. Like DMT. Listen, Kazuma. Just because you can take a massive rip of DMT and hold it, doesn't mean that you should.
What?
You must know, deep down. The truth can be completely obscured, even when your judgment is only slightly clouded. But at the moment, you seem to be floundering through a dense fog. Welcome to Silent Hill. You know, there used to be a hole here, but it's not there anymore. Is that why you were so insistent I should be present in this trial? To see it like this?
Well, this is an amusing spectacle. What a grandiose expression on your face, as if you were Lady Justice herself.
Huh?
It seems you thoroughly convinced yourself of this alleged fabrication of the autopsy result. So much so that you're apparently blind to the blatant contradiction that would be born out of it.
What?
Though it's extremely hard to believe, let us imagine that there was some misconduct during the autopsy. If that were the case, why would Asogi not have disputed the findings in his trial?
Oh.
Here say it was a closed trial.
Yep.
Huh?
In the closed court hearing 10 years ago, the defendant never once denied the claims against him. Isn't that right, Lord Von Zeeks?
Yes, that is indeed correct. Upon hearing the verdict of guilty, he merely closed his eyes quietly accepting the judgment.
Yo, D coming in. That tier 2 for 55 months. What goes on, bruh?
The actions of a man who has accepted responsibility for his deeds and is resigned to his fate.
But then...
Oh my, that is very strange. If Mr. Sodi did nothing to oppose the charges against him, then that would surely mean there was no fabricated evidence.
An obvious conclusion at which you should have arrived many minutes ago, Prosecutor Asogi. Your twisted loyalty and clouded judgment are hampering your ability for logical thought. Genshin Asogi's silence at his hearing can mean only one thing.
I'm doing pretty alright, homie. Got some 15 runs in, started Silent Hill 2, chilling with the homies.
There was no fabrication of evidence during the autopsy of his final victim 10 years ago.
Arg!
Shiver me timbers.
Scissor me timbers, Mr. Hat.
What?
But if that autopsy was all above board, there'd be nothing to stop Lord Strongfart bringing this trial to an immediate conclusion.
Thank you, Ryunosuke. If it wasn't for your frank words just now, this trial may very well have ended prematurely.
Kazuma?
What's this latest absurdity, Council?
My lord, your reasoning is perfectly sound, but for one giant hole, your butthole.
Ah, look, we got him to crack finally. Only took 2 years. I'm proud of you for succumbing to the low-hanging fruit of butt jokes.
I'm so
Pants
proud
crab.
of you, Oni.
Pants crab.
Pants
I-
crab.
Hate all of this.
Yeah, I know, so do I, but it is what it is.
Oh, that's that's a butthole.
That's a butthole.
I beg your pardon.
You claim my father's silence was due to the fact that there was no fabricated evidence. But there's another possible explanation. You've overlooked the possibility that he had a reason for maintaining that silence.
Objection!
Silence that would lead him to being convicted and sent to his death? If the autopsy reports were an invention, there's no conceivable reason why the man wouldn't have protested.
Objection!
Oh. The results were an invention, all right. There's no question of that. Or are you forgetting that 2 people with a connection to that autopsy have been assassinated? If I force the grievances I feel from my mind, I start to see you in a very different light.
Are they gonna fuck? I hope they fuck.
Hot Oni on Oni action.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would that be gay or auto sodomy? Both?
I think perhaps it's you who's been living in delusion these 10 years.
Oh, I've been alive longer than that, Oni. I've much longer than that.
Me?
Kazuma-san has created one last chance for us here, Mr. Naruhodo. If we can only show there was a reason for his father's silence in his trial.
Oh, yeah, D, we're running fucking Final Fantasy 15 at AGDQ. That's pretty cool. A reason why the man would have said nothing even though he was innocent. Could it have been part of some negotiation, perhaps?
Enough rhetoric. The court must be shown evidence.
Me.
What proof do you have that could possibly explain Asogi's silence in court?
God, there's so much fucking shit here. Yeah, this fucking Joker. It's true that Genshin Asogi's silence during his trial resulted in his conviction, but that didn't actually lead to his execution. On the contrary, it led to his escape, an escape that was only possible because he'd been sentenced to death.
Although I find it hard to believe that my father would have negotiated in that way, the defense is correct. A fake execution, falsification of a death certificate, and a jailbreak inside a coffin. Clearly, such an elaborate plan couldn't have been carried out by my father alone. He must have had help of a collaborator from the judiciary.
Ooh. I have here the dismissal notice of the chief warder who was working in the prison at the time. The notes read, there are indications that the jailbreak was in planning prior to the inmate's incarceration. In other words, there were suggestions of some sort of negotiation between Mr. Asogi and the British government.
In exchange for his silence in court, he was given an assurance that he would be
No thanks,
broken out
Methra.
of prison. Yes. With that sort of clandestine agreement in place, I can imagine he would have kept very quiet.
I would go further than that, in fact. I would say that the elaborate jailbreak of Mr. Asogi can be explained in no other way. Yo, get some rest, Minx. Thanks for hanging, dude. Hope you had a great night.
Order! First fabricated evidence and now a jailbreak conspiracy?
Of course, because it's all intimately linked.
The prosecution wishes to summon a new witness to the stand.
Witnesses?
People who can testify about the jailbreak that took place 10 years ago.
Damn. Ah!
Governor Kaiden and the poor chief warder of the prison.
I won't allow this trial to turn into a farce. To summon the governor of the prison after all these years?
Oh, it wouldn't be any trouble, my lord.
What?
Father?
My dear friend may appear a little rattle-pated at times, but I can assure you he is extremely thorough. He wired both Barclay and the local prison earlier, asking Governor Kaiden and Mr. Vigil to attend the Old Bailey as a matter of extreme urgency.
Damn. Mr. Sholmes? Did that? No way!
Are you telling me that
Both men are, unless I'm much mistaken. Waiting just outside the courtroom at this very moment.
There's no way Sholmes did this.
gotta love Mikotoba giving the troll grid?
Mhm.
My lord, you must permit this trial to proceed as you declared at the outset. You promised that we would stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings.
Very well. Bring in the witnesses.
Bring forth?
Make no mistake. I, too, would like nothing more than to lay this business to rest once and for all.
Then confess, my guy.
Yeah. For real, for real. You're wasting like 3 hours of our lives here.
Oh good, Mikotoba's gone, so hopefully people won't notice my Mikotoba voice is the same as my Vigil voice.
Would the new witnesses state their names and occupations for the court, please? Damn, who's taking Kaiden?
Lon, I think you had him originally?
It was Sharky.
Oh, was it
Chris?
Sharky?
Yeah, it was Sharky.
Whoever.
I, Barry Kaiden, Governor of Barclay Prison.
Perfect.
Everyone calls me Gossip.
I'm sorry, your other persona, if you don't mind?
Oh. I do beg your pardon, of course.
Thanks.
My name is Daily Vigil. I used to be the chief warder at Barclay Prison.
The reason you've been summoned here to court today is to testify about the jailbreak of the so-called professor 10 years ago.
Gosh, the professor? We've already been through all this a decade ago. And the conclusion was there was not anything untoward happened.
His accent's gotten worse.
Right? A convict escaped from your prison, Governor. Hardly what you'd call nothing untoward.
Ah, well,
The convict's death certificate was somehow falsified after he was allegedly executed, and he escaped the prison inside his own coffin. A plan of that complexity had never been carried out without the help of somebody of influence inside the prison.
Governor Kaiden, don't imagine that the passage of time will afford you any protection.
You still
If it turns out that you were involved in the plot to break Mr. Sogi out of your prison,
Captions,
then of course,
please. That was rude.
the consequences will be very serious. In all likelihood, a capital punishment.
Gads, hold on there, laddie. All I did was...
Witness, Governor Kaiden.
Aye, sir.
You have a critical role to play in the public safety of our country. A great responsibility to shoulder. The significance of your testimony in court cannot be understated. Therefore, think carefully before you speak. And Prosecutor Asogi, If you threaten the witness again, you will be held in contempt of court.
You'll be in held of contempt of these nuts.
No!
Damn.
Hey yo.
My apologies, my lord. Pants grab.
Yes, we've corrupted him.
Oh my god.
There's no
Our
disputing
little
the
Oni's all grown up.
There's no disputing the fact that an intricate jailbreak There's no disputing the fact that an intricate jailbreak plot was enacted 10 years ago. Clearly, you were both involved in some way. So you will testify before the court now and explain exactly what took place.
Very well. Let the witnesses give their formal testimony.
I'm sure it won't be full of bullshit and subterfuge.
Tell the court everything you know of the plot to break Asogi out of Barclay 10 years ago.
Pants crab.
Such.
It was the day that Japanese joke was found guilty. The directive came from the prosecutor's office. I assigned the convict the chief warder Vigilier and put the plan into action behind the scenes.
I was responsible for Asogi right up until the night of his execution, but I knew nothing of any plot.
I did not know if there were some negotiations between the convict and the prosecutor's office. All I did was carry out my duty for Her Majesty's Great British Empire.
Yeah, he said duty. A directive from the prosecutor's office? Are you saying that was the jailbreak plot?
Aye, that's right.
Who sent it? Who authorized that plan?
I did not know that.
You're saying you don't know?
Yeah, this is what I said.
That's the
Yeah, that's how that
translation
word-
established, yeah.
That's how that sentence works.
Listen, there was nothing about the professor case that was not usual in some way. I did not ask any questions. I just did what I was told to do. More than that, I could not tell you.
Don't ask me no questions, I won't tell you no lies.
I mean, he would have had lied anyways. This whole court's been lying, so.
I see.
But if the jailbreak plan originated from the prosecutor's office, then one thing is very clear.
Yeah, nothing at all.
As suspected, there were clandestine dealings going on between Mr. Sogi and that office. The jailbreak was promised in exchange for Mr. Sogi admitted the crimes he didn't commit.
That, counsel, is nothing more than speculation on your part. So, let me ask the defense.
Oh, yeah, my lord?
I fail to see how these witnesses have any more pertinent information here. Do you intend to assert your right to a cross-examination?
Absolutely. I have no intention of squandering a single opportunity, my lord.
It seems all you Japanese are fiercely tenacious.
Yeah. You should see how we fly. Oh, never mind. Bad joke.
Very well. Proceed, counsel.
On next week's episode of Dragon's Ball Pay.
They're really having us work around on this, huh?
Bruh, I'm assuming we probably will just continue to cycle until we literally interview every fucking person that we've ever interacted with.
Living
what's
or
the
dead.
over-under on us actually finishing this, like, next week, you think?
Oh, 0. Probably 2 weeks. Would be my guess.
Sounds fair.
Hey, good job, everybody.
I'm so proud of Oni.
Me too.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes you gotta plumb the depths, nah, I mean.
Nah.
Well, I mean, if you plumb too hard too fast at the first, it kind of hurts, is the thing.
No, we're not going there.
Yes, we are. God. Why is there bone dust and plastic all over the bed?
Why
I
do
s-
people ask questions they
nuts.
already know the answer to?
It's called being dramatic. I'm literally waiting for the, oh babe, look, I found this bedroom set that's a coffin. Ooh. It's like, whatever, man. Buy the ticket, take the ride.
Look,
Kind of like
Look.
that last time with ayahuasca. Anyway,
you cannot complain about having a real-life Dr. Gory to me.
I'm not. I'm, in fact, attempting to rub it in your face slightly.
Okay, well, you know, consider your efforts accomplished. Mission accomplished.
It's all right, Dev. When I die, my penis bone is going up for auction.
Humans don't have baculum.
That won't
Either.
stop.
Oh, now you have to put it on the charger. Shelby gets to learn about how the drill charger works. Ooh, woo, woo. Anyway, Scott Bakula's penis. Oni, why are you looking wistfully? Are you like...
I feel like there are some really good uses for a drill that have nothing to do with drilling.
Yeah, you can use the drill as a hammer. Yo, what's up, Chris? Welcome, we're just wrapping up. Anyway, I am proud of all of you. Good job. We actually, like, almost made it. Like, on time. We were almost on time and almost in tune.
Yeah, good job, Keo. I'm really proud of you for being on time.
Don't you fucking patronize me. Anyway, speaking of patronizing, Commission Oni Heart.
I am really proud of you, Kyo, for not resetting your computer at the start of voice acting.
Anyway, I have an
Yeah.
update to do. Oni, why don't you introduce ourselves while I do this Windows update? What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I got you, Chief. Just chipping away at this rigging for this model. Fuck. Yeah, I got a long ass road ahead of me. But anyway, oh yeah, I've been playing through what's it called? Resident Evil Outbreak with a homie on some days. That game is actually pretty fun.
It is.
It's good. I was watching you the other day.
And aside from that, just other random horror games and Tormented Souls till I finish it. And yeah, me torturing myself rigging another model and then going to start another one after I'm done.
Well, listen, sometimes we gotta suffer. Everything that lives is born to end. Are we trapped? Really? No one? Alright, whatever.
Are we human or are we dancer?
No, Nier Automata.
Are we dead, or is this Ohio?
Probably both. Actually, do I need to like get any sort of special equipment? I am going to be close to Ohio. Is it like the glowing sea? Like, should I stock up on radiation suits?
Yes.
True enough. Speaking of automata, it's Lon.
Hey,
You.
I'm Lon. I learned a lot about the genitals of the animal kingdom today for this stream, and time well spent. Time well spent. If you enjoy learning things, join me on my stream whenever the hell I get around to streaming. I will be streaming Yakuza like a Durgan. When I am done writing articles about Moonstone Island, which is not, the developers do not want you to think of it as a farming sim. It is a creature collector first.
Like Final Fantasy X too?
13-2?
10
Tentu
too?
wasn't a creature collector.
Ma'am? Ma'am? There's absolutely creature collection in 10-2. In fact, it's
There?
part of the speed run.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Also in 10.
Well, that's more of a arena, I guess.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. It's
So
like
anyways, Monster Rancher.
yeah. You
Great-
know
Great
what?
series,
Anyway,
underrated.
Slime Rancher.
Also good.
Jolly Ranchers.
Also good.
Eh.
Stock up on candy for Halloween. Little kids might be coming to your house.
Do not stick Jolly Ranchers in your hoo-ha. Signed, your local gynecologist.
Don't do that. That's what we call a yeast infection.
True. Yeah. And a reminder, no one's giving away drugs to children for free.
No,
Drugs are too expensive.
no.
Kids are not good clients for drugs.
Kids are not good. Well, that is definitely a
Well, yeah,
true
also
statement.
there's that.
Speaking of things that are good, it's Shy. Good. You did well. Good job.
Good Shy.
Lon's gonna take you for chicken nuggets and ice cream.
Waffles?
Oh well, hi, I am Shy. Coming up this week, hopefully I'm going to get anything going, and, might be 14, might be something else, just, gonna get it out there and gonna take care of that, and just have some fun.
Might be chicky nuggies.
I'm proud of you both.
We're proud of you.
You're doing great. Keep up the great work. Hi, Chris Aries.
Why does that sound vaguely threatening?
Threatening or friendly?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Are you feeling some sort of guilt or something?
No, I'm feeling like I have a fucking migraine, actually.
Okay. Well, feel better. Extroduce yourself.
All I really have to say is make sure to tell the people that you care about how you feel about them, because you might not get a chance the next day.
And be careful if you ever have to go to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And in the
We're
immortal
Ohio.
words,
And Ohio.
the immortal words, be excellent to each other.
All right. Well, I'll do my bit and we'll get us over. Thank you again for joining us tonight, friends. I really appreciate the support, the gifts, the raids, hanging out, the follows. Hopefully you had a tremendous time. We'll be back again at it tomorrow. We're going to do some 15, maybe some Forspoken, maybe some Cyberpunk, and I have Silent Hill 2. So we'll do Silent Hill 2. I'll find some time to thread in more Frost, because apparently that sells like hotcakes on the YouTube. If you haven't joined us in Discord, great place to hang out, keep you up to date. This next month is just a wild schedule of me doing speedruns for charity events and non-charity events and showcases and prepping for AGDQ. So best way to keep informed of what's going on is the Discord. Also, get some really cool cooking recipes, music, all sorts of shenanigans. I mentioned YouTube earlier. If you haven't subbed there, great way to catch up with all the content we're booking out, and super close to YouTube partners. So toss a subscription on it. Don't cost you nothing. If you're a tea drinker, check out our blends we put together with our friends over at Adagio. Proceeds benefiting the Trevor Project. We love them kids. If you're in the market for a pre-built or custom-built computer, check out our friends over at Skytech. Chris popped his head in here. He usually works on the build streams with the homies. I know they are moving offices, I believe, but still check them out. They got some great stuff, and they're also in stock at Best Buy, I do believe. If you want to support the stream through gifts, get yourself some extra cooking votes. We're going to have another cooking stream at the end of the month. Hopefully I can get some pie pumpkins before then. Feel free to check out the Throne wish list. And if you need your own Bacula necklace, check out my wife's Etsy. She's got bones. Wife's got bones, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate you all hanging out. I hope you have a great night. We're going to go right into our friend Willow. She is making her way through Silent Hill, a game that I just finished for the first time. So let's go give her some love, and I will check you all on the other side. See you tomorrow. Rest well. That was really good because I just unmuted, so the last thing they're gonna hear is Menstrual Song. Good job. That is not what you said. I slammed your penis in the car door. What if I do it, but make it sexy? I do it sexily. I put on some fishnets. Yes, it does.
Look,
You're just being contrite.
In general, I am not very penis motivated, but I have to
That
say,
is-
slamming
what?
it.
What is this? Everyone lie to Kios now that the stream's technically over and I still haven't rated yet, just so we have some funny outro filler? I'm not very penis motivated.
It's gaslight Kios o'clock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fucking gaslight this, pants crab.
No, if we want a funny
You mean
outro,
pants crab?
That's what I said. Y'all just don't fucking listen.